Joined on the floor now by the senior producer of Star Wars Battlefront. Thank you for joining us, Lena.
Thank you.
The new trailer looks amazing. At Star Wars Celebration, you showed off a little bit of Endor and what we could see there. And here, last night, we saw Hoth, and we saw Luke for the first time in the sort of the hero and villain mode. Can you explain a little bit about how hero and villain mode works?
Yeah, so what we saw yesterday on Hoth was Walker Assault, which is one of our biggest modes. It's an epic 40-player mode. It has walkers, it has starfighters, and it has heroes as well. And the way it works is that as a player, you find power-ups through the level. And one of these power-ups, they can be vehicles, they can be weapons, or they can be these epic heroes or villains. And so that's how that works in multiplayer. But then we have the Star Wars Battlefront missions, and in those, we have a specific battle mode where you can choose to play the hero that you want to play versus another player or versus AI.
Oh, that's interesting. So in the single player, I can go through, and are they the same missions depending on, but you can play them as the different heroes? Is that what's going on?
So we have 4 different types of missions. We have the trial missions where you play as infantry and you learn how to, or you play, you control different vehicles, or you get to play as a hero or as infantry, and you learn sort of the base mechanics of the game. Then we have survival, which is what we showed at the Sony conference yesterday, where you and the buddy, but perhaps playing split screen, they fight waves of AI. And then we have the battle mode, and in the battle mode, you can either battle it out as infantry versus infantry, or you can battle as hero versus hero.
Awesome, I love that. And yeah, let's talk a little bit about sort of the scope that we're seeing in Battlefront now. We've seen Endor, we've seen Hoth, we're seeing a lot of these classic vehicles. You guys have taken a lot of pains to make sure that every detail in this game is accurate, and I love the way you guys got these vehicles into the game. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what we do, I mean, we're all of us are great fans of Star Wars and have been since we were kids, and working on a project like this is an absolute dream come true. And the fact is that we've got this amazing relationship with Lucasfilm. They've opened up the archives. We get to go there. We get to be around all of these original props. So whether it's Darth Vader's helmet or a lightsaber or the stormtrooper outfits or even the models for the X-wings or the AT-STs, we get to handle them. And we use a technique called photogrammetry, which is basically taking a lot of photos of a specific object from different angles, and that enables us to translate these pictures through software into 3D models that we then work on further to get them into the game. And which basically means that for the prop in question, we're bringing you that actual prop into the game.
That's so great. And so if I'm playing as Imperial, and I've got these walkers, and they are the photorealistic walkers in the game. How much control do I have over individual walkers? I heard that you can set some navigation. Am I necessarily piloting a walker?
Well, we have the AT-ST walker and the AT-AT walker, and both of them work in the same way as the heroes. They're power-ups that you find in the maps, and that's how you get to take control. So in the smaller one, in the AT-ST, you take full control of the vehicle, you control the weapons, you control all the navigation, etc. In the AT-AT, you're basically an AT-AT commander. So you control the guns, you can call down an orbital strike, and so you're incredibly powerful, but you're going down a set path in the map because you're the object of the game mode.
Yeah, that's so great. That is so great. And you guys have done some really wonderful stuff to kind of even things out. I noticed with the walkers, I'm not going to be able to just damage a walker, but there are certain things that I can do on the Rebel side to kind of even the score. What kind of things can I call in?
So as the Rebels, you have to control in Walker Assault, which is this epic mode, which has to do with the walkers need to take down a specific objective. And the Rebels need to stop the Imperials by basically stopping the Rebels. That's their objective.
Yeah.
And the walkers are incredibly powerful. So what you need to do is that you need to damage them. You need to weaken them in order to be able to damage them and take them down. And you do that by controlling uplink stations that call in Y-wing bombers. That bomb them. And when they've been bombed, they're vulnerable for a specific amount of time. But you can also spawn in a snowspeeder and take them down with the very classic tow cable maneuver.
Very cool. And is that snowspeeder kind of a random spawn, or is that a choice that you get when you're deciding to spawn into a match?
No, it's a random spawn that spawns. That we make sure that it spawns at a time where you can actually take down the AT-AT.
Oh, nice, nice. So yeah, you know, taking me through it. So what we've got here basically is we've got the rebels trying to get these control points in order to take it down, but we've got the Imperials just like all we got to do is walk forward and take this over.
Have to. Well, they basically
we got to decimate.
Yeah, they have to decimate, but they have to protect the walkers, and they have to, you know, when the rebels take down the or you know, when the rebels have taken control of the uplinks. Then it's the job of the Imperials to stop them from it, to reverse back control of the uplink, because the longer the rebels have the uplink, the more Y-wings they will call in.
That's great. So take me through this as a single player. I kind of spawn in randomly, and let's say I'm on the rebel side.
Yep.
How many different positions are there that I can spawn into in Walker Assault? What can I be? And then what happens all throughout the mission as I'm kind of dying and respawning?
So the spawn points move depending on how the match is going. So we don't want it to be so that you spawn far away from the action and you have to run in, you know, for a very long time. So the spawn points move around. You always spawn in as yourself. We have these star cards basically that you get to bring into the match with you. So before you get into the match, you choose 3 cards. That's basically your equipment in addition to the blaster that you have. So you have your blaster, then you have 3 star cards, and they can be shields or grenades or jump pack, different weapons. So you basically create your own class.
Oh, nice.
And that's how you go in. So you don't select a predetermined class, you create your own, depending on the mode and the map that you're playing and how you want to play.
So I'm always me, but depending on where we are in the match, I'm maybe me as a snowspeeder pilot, I'm maybe me as like infantry.
No, you're always infantry.
You're always infantry,
but, you know, becoming, you know, spawning in a vehicle or getting to be a hero, those are the power-ups that you find through the level. So you find vehicle power-ups, or you find hero power-ups, and that's how you become the hero, or that's how you get into an X-Wing or a TIE Fighter or an AT-AT or an ATST.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Thank you so much for leading me through that Walker Assault mode, because that trailer was unbelievable, Lena.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to seeing more from Battlefront soon, of course, and we will have tons more from the floor here at E3. Stay right where you are.